Hello again, folks. I figure while I had the camera out this evening, I might take the opportunity to go ahead and make a little short video about some of the knives that I have on hand that I made when I was still back in Colorado. But just to give, some folks who are, maybe not familiar with me or my work or what I do, a little bit of insight into what this pole barn and shop behind me is all about when I get it up and running. So my big passion is I'm a bladesmith, so I make custom knives, everything from working knives to high-end knives for knife collectors. So these are just a few knives that I had on hand that haven't found a new home yet, so I thought maybe that some folks might like to see them. Here's a big fighter that I made, 1095 blade, differentially hardened. You can see the Haman pattern that goes down the edge of the knife. This is where the differentially hardened boundary between the softened microstructure and hardened microstructure of that steel exists. Knife has a stabilized Ambonia burl handle and some simple bold twist pattern Damascus for the guard and ferrule, but pretty decent sized knife. Definitely feels good in the hand, but is at the same time very light and swift. Also extremely sharp. Just about all of my knives you can, in the most literal sense, shave with. This knife in particular. Maybe in the future we'll have some videos showing some of the performance characteristics of my knives, but for the moment I thought I'd just make a short little video showing some of the knives I currently have on hand. Next knife here is a little basket weave pattern Damascus Hunter. So the blade, not sure how well this will show up in the video, but the blade is composed of 1095 and 15 and 20 steels that have been forge welded together into this mosaic basket weave pattern. The handle material here is a stabilized curly redwood, and it is an extremely beautiful handle material. It doesn't have nearly as much figure as a burl or something, but this has a lot of chatoyance that makes the grains really pop and kind of glow. Again, I'm not sure how much of this will translate into the video, but again, a pretty nice little knife. I quite like it. A little bit of a stockier handle grip than some of my normal knives, but overall I think fits well in the hand and flows well. Again, this is also a using knife. All of my knives, no matter how fancy they may get, are all made to very strict standards in terms of performance. They're all heat treated to very exacting standards, and I personally test each one of my knives throughout the construction process and the forging process and after heat treatment to make sure that they all perform and meet my standards. Next knife here is a little bit of a smaller fighter. It has a W pattern Damascus blade. Again, I'm not sure how well this is going to translate into the video in terms of quality and ability to see the pattern. all these knives are on my website, and there'll be a link in the description if you want to see some better pictures of what these knives actually look like. This knife has a desert ironwood burl handle, W pattern Damascus for the guard and ferrule. The W pattern is on the face of the guard here, and matches close to the blade pattern. Again, this knife is extremely sharp. I've shaved my face with it on a number of occasions. Again, really light, swift, and sharp blade, and I think the lines and the flow work particularly well. Sorry about that, had batteries die on me, but anyways, this is my, as I was saying, the everyday carry knife that I carry around. Nice size, fits well in the pocket in the hand. It has a more traditional and simple raindrop pattern Damascus blade. And I also have the sheath that I carry it in. This is an inside pocket carry sheath, so it looks like a left-hand sheath, but actually fits inside the right pocket. So nice little knife. Decided not to sell this one, so I had, you know, an example of some of my more recent work to carry around, since my old work knife from a few years ago is not looking too kind in terms of fit and finish, compared to my current standards and current work capabilities with blades. Here's a little integral bolster knife, just a good all-around little bird and trout or utility knife. Small 52-100 blade, nice and sharp. Nothing too fancy, again, just you know, showing the kind of the broad range of knives that I make. Here's a slightly larger integral, kind of a different design with this. I was just playing around. I don't know if it fits my current taste or not. These knives were made a couple years ago. I just still have them hanging around. So again, 52-100 blade, feels nice in the hand and performs quite well. I have a blade that's I started and didn't finish before I had to move. This is just a little nice kind of fighting knife with a nice clip point on the back, a nice swedge that goes in. This knife is also differentially hardened and has a Hamon. It's not through all the final polishing steps, so can't really see any of it yet, but it'll get there. But that's kind of maybe the next knife I'll finish up once I get my shop up and running here. And then in addition to knives, sometimes I also make Damascus steel rings. Started doing these. Again, they're probably not going to come through too well in the video quality, but started producing these, and folks seem to really like them, to the point where if I let them, I can't keep up with demand. Kind of had to stop taking orders while I went through this big move and career start, but eventually I'll start taking orders again and start producing rings on occasion. They're not too horribly difficult to make. but pretty nice nonetheless, and pretty neat too, just to have a ring that's, you know, made of pattern welded steel. There's not too many people out there that make them, or make them in affordable price ranges. But a couple other little things I'm working on. This probably isn't gonna show too well in the video. Here's a mosaic pattern Damascus dagger that I'm working on. You can see it's got some pretty intricate patterning in the steel. This is where I've been going with a lot of my pattern welded work, is towards this higher end mosaic Damascus. Really enjoyable to do, and really interesting and rewarding in the end when you produce patterns like this. So there's a little short look at some of what I produce in my shop, and kind of maybe an introduction to some of the things that I'll be doing in the future, and making videos on about the processes I use and some of the projects I do as I, you know, construct new pieces of equipment, or if I'm working on, you know, new knives or rings or whatever it may be. So thanks for watching, and we'll post another video soon.